Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange issue 382, and there were some twists in this one that I didn't see coming, mainly at the end, because we see Doctor Strange going up to a mountain, saying that the person that he's going to get help from says that he will most likely kill him for attempting to get help, and then we get to how he got to this position. And we see him doing his vet thing and everything when his talking dog, Bats, comes in saying, oh yeah, I've been looking around about Loki and everything and all that. And he comes in right as he's doing a consultation with this couple and their cat. And they're just like, crap. So Doctor Strange pretty much just go, well, I got out of the medical field for a little while, so my medical license was revoked, but I could do this, and animal bodies aren't that different than human bodies, and I can do magic. Yeah, and they're just like, God, what the hell? So he goes back into his office because that's where he told Bats to go, and he's like, you gotta learn to lie to people. And Doctor Strange says he hates lies, and then asks him what he's learned about, and that saying that Loki's been looking after the exile of Sing Soon, and of course, this rattles the doctor, and he's like, oh crap. And then Hess is like, what's going on with this? And he's like, well, this is pretty much like nuclear launch codes kind of thing. That it would siphon off all the magic of the world and places the continued use or lack thereof at the summoner's sole discretion. And that's a pretty big thing for the spell to do. It'd be interesting to see how someone would use that. And since Loki knows of it and probably knows all of this about it, I'm really intrigued to see what his goals to using this spell would be. Because he's making it look like he wants to kind of reboot the rules of magic. So why would he want to do that? Would he want to do that to help people? Or would he want to do that to make sure that he has all of the magical power at his discretion for some unknown purpose or objective? That's a pretty big thing to have. So the doctor's like, all right, we got to go kind of check out what's going on. And of course, he kind of goes into his astral form, and he's walking Bats, and Bats is talking to him. And there's this great scene where we see the astral Doctor Strange walking the dog, and this dude's looking, and just sees this talking dog walking itself on a leash. It's hilarious. I love it. And they get to the sanctum, and he sees Loki getting close to Zelma. And before this, we'd seen that Loki was still trying to get into the door using Scourge's machine guns, and he's trying to explain to the Zelma while she's doing all this paperwork for all this magical stuff that they're doing. And he's just like, there's something pulling at him behind this door. And he wonders why Strange would hide stuff from him. And he's complimenting Zelma because she said that she could have done it, and he's like, yeah, you really shouldn't be calling yourself an apprentice. You're more than that. And Loki's kind of drawn to her. And this is, of course, where we see the doctor outside the sanctum seeing Loki kiss Zelma, and he's freaked out about this. So he then gets back to his body, and he starts explaining that the exile of Sing Soon is real, and he acquired it, and he thought that nobody should use it, not even the Sorcerer Supreme, and in order to keep that in check, he had bound it to the souls of the ones that he cares for. So he keeps explaining that who's the kind of most recent one? Zelma. And that if she were to open her heart to Loki, he could potentially sense it, and if the spell binding this other spell to her is not unbound correctly, it could do damage and could destroy her soul. So this gets the doctor to get up there, trying to get Zelma to talk to him. He's trying to explain this to her. And of course she's pissed off because he didn't leave on the best of terms. No note, anything kind of stuff. He gets pissed off and leaves. Loki tells him to leave, and he's, no, I need to talk to her. Get your hand off me, Loki. He removes the hand, and Loki throws him out the door. He hits a car, and he's like, I'm sorry, Steven. Didn't mean to do that much. Don't forget you're mortals. Of course, Bats starts to yell at him, and Loki puts this bubble around him just to kind of contain him. But of course, he doesn't know the condition of the dog. Steven's like, he's got a heart condition, stop it. He's like, he's alright, he's alright. And of course, Loki's not trying to really hurt anybody. He even didn't really intend to hurt Steven. But, of course, with the weak heart, the dog is gasping for breath. He turns off the thing, and Steven goes up. He's like, don't forget, don't let him hurt your friends. And the dog dies, and Loki's trying to apologize. And even Steven, thinking back on this, is trying to be like, listen, I know it wasn't Loki's fault, but I was pissed off. And this is why I'm doing this right now. And of course they get up, and this dude, Robert's like, you told me you would leave me alone and not ask me for help. He's like, listen, Robert, I don't need you. I need the Sentry. And that's a pretty big and volatile kind of weapon to bring on the stage. Now granted, Loki's a god, and Doctor Strange needs something to kind of go up against that because he doesn't know Loki's objectives. Now granted, he could just come out and talk to him about it. Now granted, not just saying, I've got this spell and I've bound it to people's souls, but just try and talk to him about it. But of course, I understand the state that he's in. But calling in the Sentry and potentially bringing in the Void into the mix, that's a desperate kind of move. That's a desperation that I can understand Doctor Strange being in at this point, but that's a big thing to do. So that enters up a whole new thing that I was not expecting, and really want to know how that's going to affect the story going forward and what kind of crazy stuff's going to happen. Because once you get the Sentry into the mix and Void into the mix, because Loki's got experience with that from Siege, with that ended up him being killed at one point by the Void Sentry weirdness that happened at that. That's a pretty... I can't wait to see how this kind of pans out. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.